So, obviously mainstream media, the legacy media, I should say, they're constantly trying to tell Donald Trump and J.D. Vance, it's your fault. Everything is your fault. Is there violence in this country? It's your fault. And I want to play this pretty amazing exchange between J.D. Vance and Dana Bash over at CNN. Watch.
Dana, first of all, let me just respond to a couple of things that you said. But I want to start with something you said, which I think is frankly disgusting and is more appropriate for a Democratic propagandist than it is for an American journalist. There's nothing that I have said that has led to threats against these hospitals. These hospitals, the bomb threats and so forth, it's disgusting. The violence is disgusting. We condemn it. We condemn all violence.
Senator, this happened after you and President Trump were on the debate stage, said that cats and dogs were being eaten.
This is like what they want to stick to.
Go ahead and answer it. What we have said is that this town has suffered terribly under the policies of Kamala Harris. Now, you just accused me of inciting violence against the community when all that I've done is surface the complaints of my constituents, people who are suffering because of Kamala Harris's policies. Are we not allowed to talk about these problems because some psychopaths are threatening violence? We can condemn the violence on the one hand, but also talk about the terrible consequences of Kamala Harris's open border on the other hand. Now, let me just fact check a couple of other things that you said, Dana, because it's important. You said that all of these migrants are in the country legally. They're in the country through what's called temporary protective status. That is when Kamala Harris waved a magic amnesty wand, taking people and giving them legal status. That is not to say that they're here legally. That is a terrible indictment of her amnesty policies that have further opened the border and further caused
not illegal.
terrible migration.
Oh my God! But technically that's not illegal. But you said cats and dogs, and we've only seen evidence of cats. But guys, the point is that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris's immigration policy has led to disastrous consequences for not just Texas, not just Arizona, not just California, Springfield, Ohio. Do you think maybe we should take a look at the policy? Do you think you can stop talking about cats and dogs and whether or not they're here on temporary protected status or officially illegally? Can we just talk about the devastating consequences of importing the third world? No, because Dana Bash has a pea brain and she didn't have two brain cells to rub together in order to be able to even critically think about it.
Well, they just don't have any journalistic integrity at all.
None.
That's the problem.
None.
Because they say, CNN, why is it most trusted name? Is that what they're thinking? The most trusted name? And unfortunately, because of their status in previous years, people still go to them. Like I remember going to a lounge in the airport, and they all have CNN on. So we have to remember, though, that this is getting to a lot of low information voters, and they go, oh yeah, I mean, what? It's CNN. They're like, oh, it's like Dan Rather. They're very, very important.
It's not true unless I see it on CNN.
It's exactly right. And people that watch The Blaze, and thank you so much for watching and subscribing to my channel and subscribing to Sarah's channel, right? Because this is a major, major problem. That they do not have any journalistic integrity. They are agents, right, of the left. And they feel emboldened because back in the day, their boss would have said, what are you doing? Showing bias like that. We have to be in the middle. There's nobody watching the store. In fact, well, there is. They actually completely condone it, and they want another 4 years of the left.
Right. Which, to that point, I've been waiting to see what comes out about this, but there was an ABC News whistleblower who says that they've signed an affidavit saying that Kamala Harris's campaign dictated the questions of the debate. And so obviously had the questions beforehand, and that they have video proof of this happening. And I'm like, release the proof right freaking now. Don't wait until October. We need to see this right freaking now, because every single person in America needs to see just how disgusting the incestuous relationship is between the Democrats in power and the legacy media. And I mean, there's no gap. They're just all one.
No, we are genuinely. I was driving along today. I was driving along today, and I was like, "We're in a third world country right now. Like it's a banana republic. It is a disaster what is going on in America, and there's very few voices, and even the voices outside that are trying to say, "Hey, listen, this is the truth. This is really what's going on," are being silenced. They're being pushed out. So thank God for Elon Musk.
Yeah.
I mean, can you imagine if we didn't have him?
No. We wouldn't know 90% of the stuff that we know now, thanks to him.